Rolling. All right. Hey, Shalom, Akim.
Shalom.
Shalom. All right. We the brothers here from the GMS Atlanta Church. Before we get started, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahawashi.
All right. Double honors unto the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and safety to the elect laboring around the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make their calling of election sure. And shalom to the sisters. All right. We're gonna go into a topic. Basically, you know, me and the brothers, we was talking prior to the camera being turned on, and you know, just the frustration of having to be under these heathens and these other nations that don't know how to properly govern and rule the earth. All right. And they push out wicked legislation, wicked laws. They do abominable acts within their own countries and cultures. And you know, it's going to come a point in time, brothers, where everybody and everything is going to go into subjection in its rightful order under the powers of Yahweh, Yahawashi. Everything is going to go into subjection of captivity, including the elect, including the 1/3, the 2/3, the Edomites, the other nations, women, all right, children. Everybody is going to go into subjection, all right, of their rightful power, all right. And it's going to start with Yahawashi, King David, the elect, the 1/3, and so on and so forth. Everything is going to get put in its rightful place, and that's what you call subjection. All right, even you women in the kingdom of heaven, you women are going into captivity. You women are going into subjection. All right, the way that this earth is being ran and the way that everything is functioning is totally out of order. All right, it's totally out of order. Everything is everywhere. Nothing is in its proper place. All right, except the elect. The elect are the ones that's getting themselves together in the spirit of Yahweh Shemawashah. All right, so we can start with Jeremiah 30.
All right. Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
Yeah, all of you heathens, pursuant to Psalms the 83rd chapter, all of you heathens, all right, are going to be devoured because you devoured us. You consulted together to destroy our heritage, to destroy our culture, our nationality. All right? So you devoured us, man. You've reduced us to a base people. All right? Go ahead.
All right. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, including the so-called black woman, Hispanic, and Native American woman, because they're the adversary as well. Every one of them, go ahead, brother, shall go into captivity.
Shall go into captivity. All right. Now, if you could get the yeah, okay, of captivity, the definition of captivity, and let's see what it says.
I'm just, I got the root word, which the root word is captive. It says a person who has been taken prisoner, or an animal that has been confined, in prison or confined, having no freedom to choose alternatives or to avoid something.
That's right. So in the kingdom of heaven, nobody is going to have freedom to do as thou wilt, as Aleister Crowley made that statement.
Yeah, do as thou wilt.
Do as thou wilt. That will not be applied in the kingdom of heaven. All right. What will be applied in the kingdom of heaven is obedience, all right, to the will of Yahweh Shemawashah, which does not lead to free will, which makes everyone captives.
And that's why in the kingdom of heaven is going to be a kingdom. Just like when you read in the scriptures, a kingdom is a monarchy, where you will have a king, then you will have his underlings, so to speak, and under them you will have everything will go down the order until the common citizen. But everybody had to follow their role. You know, you didn't have the democracy where there's free liberations. Esau created these liberations to give people rights to basically disarray the households, disconnect the wife from the husband. Tells you that in the Willie Lynch letter. Disconnect the children from the parents, from the father to respect his parents, so to speak. everything has been turned upside down. But in the kingdom, when everything is turned right side up, just like the brother had brought out, everything is going to be in its proper subjugation. Because there's nothing wrong with captivity. It's a righteous captivity and it's a wicked captivity.
Mm-hmm. And you see that this captivity that we're in it's out of order. It's an out of order captivity. All right, the so-called white man has no business running the earth. The so-called white man has no business appointing anything over the so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American man. But because the will of Yahawashi had to be fulfilled due to Israel going against the commandments, this is what you get. So in order to combat this out of order spirit, what do we have to do? We have to get in order.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with getting in order within your own very churches. All right? Fall within your lot. Fall within your order. Don't desire another man's position, another man's rank, or whatever the case may be. Just fall in the order where you at, the lot where you at. And stay in that lot until the Yahawashi reconstructs it. Yeah. All right? And then when it starts on a minuscule level, it starts individually. And then it will graduate on a general base. All right? On a general base, the whole nation should be rulers over the earth. All right? Now, in the kingdom of heaven, there's going to be order. Brothers are going to be subject to other brothers. Okay? That's what you call order. All right? And everything that's pushed in this society is backwards, is ass backwards, and it's totally out of the order of Yahawashi. So all of you people out here, you Chinese people, because you Chinese people are nasty people. All right? I'm going to go ahead and say that. The so-called Chinese man in the Bible identifies you as the Moabites. That's who you are. You are a nasty, filthy people. All right? You are a mongoloid, which means you came from incest.
Yep.
All right?
You goes into Down syndrome.
Yep.
Down syndrome.
That's why you look how you look. That's why you talk with that retarded talk.
Yeah, you're deficient in all patterns, so to speak. You have a speech deficiency.
Yep.
Physical.
You stink.
Yep.
You eat nasty foods. You eat frogs. You eat octopus. You eat monkeys. You eat anything that cross your path. All of you, that's going in the order. You have no business over the children of Israel, man. All right? You have no business telling the children of Israel anything. All right? So we going into a time frame where everything is going to get put in its proper order, especially in the kingdom of heaven. Nothing is going to be out of place or out of order. You women going to be in order, meaning you're going to be subject. You're going to be in captivity up under somebody, man, which is your man, an Israelite man. All right? All of you women, you children, all right? You Israelite men gonna go into subjection, everything, man. All right? Was there more to that?
Oh yeah, I think that was it. I got
it should be more.
Oh, okay. Let me go back to that now. Jeremiah
16.
30 and 16, Salakia.
Come.
Says, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
That's right. The scriptures say every one of these shall go into captivity. So when you go into captivity, you go into bondage. You go into a prison, or you don't have free will to do anything.
Captivity is a restricted liberations. To the point where everything that's actually told to you to do, any commandment that you commanded to do, you have to follow. Just like when you incarcerated in these prisons, they tell you when to wake up, they tell you when to go to sleep, they tell you when to get your meal, they tell you when to work, they tell you when you could make phone calls, so to speak.
Yeah.
They tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it, why you're doing it. Hell, a lot of times they don't even tell you why. They just tell you to do it. They give you the instructions and you got to follow that. That's how it's going to be in the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
When the scriptures speak about the forces of the Gentiles, they're going to have to be, that's captivity. To the point where they're working and everything that they're actually receiving supply, they're gonna have to pay a percentage of that off.
They're tributaries.
Tributaries, which is another word for captive.
That's right.
That's why the scriptures also say that the plowman shall overtake the reaper. The individual that has us working and has us in captivity, when we're in rulership, we're gonna have him in captivity.
That's right.
And just like the brother said, it's not just gonna be the other nations; it's gonna be our own people, man.
It's gonna be our own selves.
Our own
but
selves.
we doing it now. You know, we getting in order now. We falling up under the what? Hey, real quick, if somebody could get Zechariah 9 and 12 real quick, because we even identify ourselves as prisoners or captives up under the spirit of Yahawashi and Yahawashi. That's why we do what we do. That's why we go to the highways and byways. That's why we grow beards on our faces. That's why we don't eat these abominable foods, because we put ourselves as prisoners of the Lord. Go ahead.
Zechariah 9 and 12. Turn ye to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope.
What's the stronghold? The stronghold is Yahawashi and Yahawashi. All right, that's who we turn to. All right, and when we turn to Yahawashi and Yahawashi, it's not a such thing as you doing what you want to do. All right, you got to do what you told to do. All right,
It's a commandment.
it's a commandment to do these videos. It's a commandment to go to the highways and byways. It's a commandment not to line our heads up. It's commandments not to commit adultery. We're putting ourselves in subjection to the Spirit of the Lord. That's what makes us prisoners of hope. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee.
That's right. She said, even today I declare that I will render double unto thee. All right, and that's going into the blessings as well. All right, because the scriptures say what? The blessings are going to overtake the children of Israel when they keep the commandments.
Yeah.
So, my bad, brother. Real quick, there's nothing wrong with being in captivity and under a righteous power.
Oh, and another thing where the scriptures speak about in the blessings, one of the blessings that's going to overtake us, that's written in the scriptures, is we're going to be the head and not the tail. Meaning, when you're in the head, you're a captain, and you're in a leadership position. You're in a state of dominance, lordship, and everything under you is going to be subjugated under that rule. You know, from like it speaks about the household, because like Yahawashi said that he didn't come to send peace but a sword. Everything is dysfunctional and disorganized right now. But in the kingdom, when everything is in properly managed and properly arranged, you're gonna see that it's gonna be the just like the brother said, Yahawashi, King David, the 12, the 144,000, the 1/3, 2/3. That's gonna come back like it tells you in Acts.
Yep.
11 and 26, the heathens and Esau at the bottom. That's how everything is going to be turned right side up.
Yep. The other nations going to be over you Edomites. You know, that's the proper order for you Edomites are to be the very least. A video surfaced today. You Edomites has trashed the ocean. You've trashed the ocean. Oil spills. You dropping trains in the ocean. All right, animals. Life that's within the ocean, the sea life, they beaching themselves, cows dropping dead, birds flying, dropping dead out the air, fish just popping up dead, rivers full of trash. You belong on the bottom, man. And you got some audacity, you Edomites got the audacity to tell us how to live and how to do things, man. When you just out here doing whatever the hell you want to do, man. Nobody speaks about the miles of trash that you Edomites put into the ocean. You belong in captivity for that shit, man. You need somebody over you to tell you how to act. You out here just doing whatever the hell you want to do. Now you want to add a P to the LGBT community. You want to add a P for pedophilia. And you pushing that shit, man. You so-called white people belong on the bottom. All right, you destroyed everybody's area of living except yours. In your neighborhood, you go to the so-called white man neighborhoods, no trash. You got birds chirping. You got artificial trees. They keep it nice and clean.
People clean water.
Yeah, clean water. But everybody else's area that you build and that you put them in, you destroy it, man. You got factories in certain out in Louisiana. It's a poisonous factory in the Israelite neighborhood. There's Jakes out there, and the cancer rate is 4 times above the national average. You need to be in slavery.
I get a preach
Of course.
Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Beautiful. The scripture says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. It's only but so much that we're going to be able to take without venting our frustrations, man. The hell are you devils doing out here? Alright? You're poisoning the air, you're poisoning the land, you're poisoning the water. You're poisoning the psyche of a man. Alright? You're doing everything that's just off, man. You need some order about yourself. And it's going to happen, man. The Spirit of the Lord is going to put you in your rightful order, including us. But we're going to be above you. That's the right order.
And that's why it tells you in Isaiah 14, when the righteous men are in authority, even the trees are going to rejoice, man. Because right now, with this so-called white man in rulership, everything is being fucked up, man. It's hell and carnage, pollutions all throughout the world to the point where nobody can even live in harmony. See, right now it's chaos, and in the kingdom of heaven is going to be peace and harmony.
That's right.
That's why it says when the righteous are that too. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, and it also says in Sirach that the Most High setteth over one that's profitable in due time. Right now, you have an unprofitable leader, like the brothers just said, is actually just smogging the cities with poison. All this industry and all this pollutions and gases, so to speak, just ascending in the air, destroying the atmosphere, destroying the environment, the water life, plant life, all these different forms of life is being destroyed under the so-called white man's rulership, man.
I got that for you. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right, because when the righteous are in authority, what do? The scriptures speak about when righteous men got into a position of leadership, how they would destroy the idols, how they would just kill off the sodomites and destroy anybody that was coming against the law, statutes, and commandments. They would put harmony in the earth, just like Solomon. When Solomon had his position of rulership, after he killed off the unnecessary individuals, unnecessary evil, so to speak, that's when peace was on earth. Keep going.
It says, but when the wicked beareth rule,
the so-called white man, it tells you that in First Maccabees, when the Maccabees got into power, it said evils multiplied, man. To the point where everything was jacked up.
Everything, man. It's crazy.
Keep going.
It says, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
Yeah, when the wicked bear that scepter of rulership, the people mourn. Because Esau, what does he do? He invades your cities. He invades your neighborhoods. He puts all kind of policies in your face that's conducive to death, man.
God.
He feeds you GMOs, food, artificial food. Makes you drink poison water. He makes you work a large amount of hours, and he shortens your pay. And then he charges you interest.
Yep.
To the point where you can't even survive or sustain on the side, man. And that's why you should be fucking angry. That's why Scripture says that a wise man is read that Ecclesiastes 7:7 again.
Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Right, because we're oppressed, man. That's the reason why we're angry. That's the reason why we speak with such passion. Because if you people really love the world, so to speak, and love the environment, like you see how the so-called white man destroying the ocean, so to speak, and everything like that, you would be angry too.
Yeah.
But you people are passive, man.
Yeah, a lot of Israelites out here don't think that they're in oppression because they could go buy a Whopper Jr. You know? They don't think they're oppressed because they can buy a flat screen TV. They can put $400 of food stamp in their refrigerator. They don't think that they're oppressed. You know, the so-called white man literally sits on his ass and does nothing and brings in millions and millions and millions of fucking dollars, man. All right?
All off of your backs.
All off of your backs. You got to bust your ass, just to receive a small amount of substance, and you content. And you don't think you're oppressed now because you can go and buy you a BMW, you can lease a BMW or a Mercedes-Benz. You pay taxes, nigga. All right? The so-called white man needs captivity. Go ahead, brother.
And the gift destroyeth the heart.
Hey, a gift destroyed the heart. And that's what happened to you Negroes. Your mind was destroyed because the so-called white man gave you a little rope. He approved you to buy a house. You know, he approved that car loan.
And,
all right.
And that's even when you read the Willie Lynch letter, they speak about that too. How basically in the time of slavery, slaves was basically, you know, getting off the chain, so to speak, because they was you know, being angry with captivity, and the so-called white man was killing off a lot of them, which, you know, it was messing up their money, so to speak. So they had to come up with a whole nother concept of captivity, you know, making them actually feel like they had liberation and make them actually come against each other instead of coming against the so-called white man, master, man.
Yeah.
And it's the same concept today. These niggas think they ain't in captivity. Just cause you can ride a 2015 Benz, man.
Yep.
Or a 2013 Camaro. And you could go to work and you can get a check.
You got 401k.
You got 401k and you can listen to music freely. Man, you still in captivity. All this, only thing is, it's been basically extra stimulated.
Yep. That's all it
is. It's certain, he made it, you know, he fine-tuned it and made it a little bit more complex, but it's the same formula, man.
Esau saw that this captivity was starting to get to Jacob. So in order to you know, reduce the anger within Jacob, they had to give him a little something here and there to keep him happy.
Yeah.
That's why Jake is so comfortable. That was a strategic plan, man. The Emancipation Proclamation, man. That was strategy on you niggas. They allowed you niggas. They gave you niggas a little rope because by then their society was pretty much built off of you. So now we can give them a little rope. Give them a house.
Yeah.
All right. Give them a car.
Yeah, let them lease these different things. They only,
Right.
That's why you can't receive the allodial title when you receive property. And the cars that you actually have, they only last so long till they break down. Cars don't reproduce.
No.
Hey, back in the day, you would buy a horse, and out of a couple of horses, you would have, you know, a large, you know, economy. Yeah, that's right. But this so-called white man, that's how you know he's actually, you know, warned against you tribes, man. From you Negroes to you Latinos and Native Americans. That's right. And majority better fucking wake up, but they ain't gonna wake up. 2/3 ain't gonna wake up. You know.
But you 1/3 out there that's dragging your feet, man. You get with the program, man. Get with the program. Understand what's going on, man. Because the Most High is about to put everything into captivity, into subjection, man. The scriptures even say that the creatures wait for the manifestations of the sons of the Most High. So even the animals ready to get back in their rightful order up under the men. All right. You got that? Yeah, and then get that Corinthians.
Verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof.
And that's where we going, to the end of America. All right? This is the best thing that ever happened to us, the end of America. Because that equals our salvation. All right? Go ahead, brother.
And the patient is in spirit is better than the proud in spirit.
And the patient in spirit, which is who? The saints, the elect. That's why the scriptures always reiterate what? The patience of the saints. We have to be patient in this lower state. We have to be patient in this captivity. We got to try not to blow a head gasket out here, man. Because sometimes you get to that point, you start just wanting to, you know, just lash out, man. But you got to be patient because we understand the hope. All right? We understand our hope. We understand that if we continue this route, we have patience. That the Most High, he said what? Sit on my right hand till I make thy enemies my footstool, man. That's what we patiently waiting for. Yahawashi to get his revenge on his enemies and put them up under us, man.
Yeah, and us being joint heirs unto him. Because when the enemies is Yahawashi footstool, then we're going to be joint heirs and they're going to be under us too. Because we're attached to the Spirit of the Lord. I got that in Corinthians after you know.
Yeah, get that
Corinthians 10.
10 and 5. Yeah, 2 Corinthians 10 and 5.
2 Corinthians 10, verse 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High.
Christianity, Islam, all right, the American dream, Satanism, all these other things you exalted above the Most High. But the laborers that's out here, what are we doing? We gonna make our rounds All right? The men of the Lord, we're going to make our rounds. We attacking everything that tries to come up against the knowledge and the power of Yahawashi and Yahawashi. And we're going to chop it down, man.
Yeah, because right now we're spiritually subjugating everything, man.
God.
Unto this word. And then when Yahawashi comes, that's when everything is going to become physical.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, brother.
And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach.
Every thought, man. Nothing is exempt from it. Bringing into captivity every thought. You women, because you women like to exalt yourselves over men. Mm-hmm. All right, everything is about a woman. We got now that we live in a society where we have to live according to what a woman thinks and how a woman feels. All right, when you women ain't done shit out here, but nag and complain and moan and put men on child support.
Yeah.
And march for women's liberation. What towers have you women built? All right. What cities have you labored? What railroad systems? What road systems have you seen a mass amount of women laying concrete?
Well,
all right.
What top women inventionists, you know, so to speak?
Right.
Women are made to be subjugated to, man. They're made to be subject. Under the rule of who? Their man. The scriptures tell you that in Genesis.
But see, you know what these women want? Because they're not capable to do what a man does. They want the man to be subject to their emotions, how they feel. Well, all that is going into captivity up under the man.
Yep.
Right?
That's part of those imaginations.
That's part of it. That's wicked imaginations that exalt itself over the order of Yahawashi and Yahawashi. The Most High gonna come and put all that in order, man. You women out here that thinking you got some type of leeway on your man and you run your household, man, that's about to stop. All right? Continue, bro.
And having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience.
Yeah, and that's what's gonna happen. All right? All of you disobedient souls out here that won't take it upon yourself to get in order, that don't want to get in your rightful order, whether it's within these camps, all right, within your own personal lives, all right. Anybody that's out of order, the Most High is gonna bring vengeance on you, man. All right. The Lord is putting the house of David in order, all right. And all you other people, we know you other nations gonna resist, because because it's gonna be too hard for you other nations to sell your chicken shops, to sell your beauty supply stores and give it to us, and work and work, and then you be an employee for us. Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna do that. You Edomites ain't gonna sell your companies. You can't even sell it. You're not gonna give your conglomerate companies like FedEx, UPS, USPS. All right, all these top companies in America. You ain't gonna give that to the Israelites, and then you become the laborer. All right. So the Lord said, "What? The saints in the kingdom, the saints shall take it."
Yep. You gotta take it. How you gonna take it? By force.
Yep.
Whenever you take something from somebody, you actually yank it from them. You know, by you strong arm. That's another word for strong arm is somebody, man.
Come.
You take something by force, which that word arm represents that power, man.
Come.
Through the Spirit of the Lord, we're gonna actually take this kingdom and snatch it from these kings and these ministers, these presidents. Mm-hmm. All through the spirit of Yahawashi. Mm-hmm. When Yahawashi being the physical manifestation comes. That's why it tells you that in Revelation, 19, how he's going to come on that white horse. And he's going to have many crowns because he's going to take down many kings, man. That's right. Many countries. And all of them going to be in subjugation unto him.
And that was, when you go back into the account of Joshua, did that not happen before the Israelites went into the kingdom? Mm-hmm. They subdued 32 kings. Mm-hmm. All right, written of in the book of Joshua. All right, so it's going to be the same. The scripture says there's no new thing under the sun. Yeah, it's going to be the same events. All right, not actually how it happened back then, but it's going to be similar to what happened before we go in the kingdom of heaven. We're going to put all you nations, you Chinese, you Japanese, you East Indians, you Africans. All right, you Somalians and Hawaiians, you Edomites, all right, you the people from Cyprus, Tarshish, you Spaniards, all right? All of you people are going to go into captivity.
And they need it.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. Because another thing with you heathens, a lot of these countries, man, they be out of order, man. To the point where it's necromancy, necrophilia, cannibalism. A lot of people be eating brains, just like the brother said, abominable animals. You know, eating. I seen the shit on head shrinking.
Yeah, you seen the shit on bleaching your skin.
Yeah, bleaching the skin.
You seen it on the show Adam Zimmer. What is it? Adam Zimmer.
Bizarre Foods.
Bizarre Foods.
Yeah.
They eat cow penis. What are you doing with yourselves?
Drink blood. Some people put leeches on their skin and stuff like that. Man, it's all kind of foul, Nick. It's all kind of foul things that's going on in this world.
You got people that live
subjugation.
You got people that live as witches.
Yep, witch covens.
Yeah, like their life is witches. You got people in New Orleans that they live as vampires. They literally have a community of vampires where they have a gathering. They actually drink each other's fucking blood. But nobody says nothing about that. We the most wicked men on the face of the earth because we declare ourselves as the Israelites.
And we live according to the scriptures. We're wicked because we live according to the scriptures. What type of sense that makes?
It makes no sense, man.
Welcome, check it out. Finishes.
Yeah,
it goes into that.
I'm
gonna reread it. 2 Corinthians 10:6, and having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled.
And that's what's happening. When the elect comes in, that's when our obedience will be fulfilled. Because the elect has came into captivity of the knowledge of Yahawashi. We in captivity. All right? We don't have a say-so in the matter. This is the commandment that the Lord sent forth, and we have to abide by it. We don't have an option whether we go to the highways and byways. It's mandatory. We got to do it. If you don't do it, then you're going to be revenged. All right? We don't have a say-so in the matter of growing our beard, not committing adultery. All right? And these other things. All right? We don't have a say-so in the matter. We have to do it. Our mind frame is in captivity, like the scriptures say. Yahawashi is the head, then is man, then is woman. In Corinthians. All right? It says the man was not created for the woman, but the woman was created for the man. All right? So and the man was created to be the servants of Yahawashi, the Israelite man. You other nations, you men, were created to be the servants of the Israelites. All right? And so on and so forth. So
that's a proper food chain, so to speak. You know, where you got the lions, you know, the predators, so to speak, and it goes all the way down to where, like, you know, the parasites and different things like that. Now, if it was upside down, then it'd be confusion, man.
It's animals. In this society, they put animals over Israelites, man.
Yeah.
They take homeless dogs off the street and groom them and put them in a homeless shelter and sell them. And they see an Israelite man sleeping under a bridge and they won't give him 2 cents.
Or they scoff at him and tell him to get a job.
Right, but an animal,
like he can actually get one.
Right, but a stray animal, they have commercials for them and play the sad music with the 1-800
number at the bottom.
Then they, it's everything, man. It's totally out of order. All right, you can get that.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 15, and I'll start at 24. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power.
Yeah, the Most High is gonna put down NATO, BRICS, the EU. All right, Black Panther Party, Black Lives Matter,
Black Conscience,
KKK, Black Conscience, Skinheads, the Aryan Brotherhood, Crips, Bloods,
the Democrats,
everything, man.
Any entity. All these entities and all these spirits that go by their own code and their own worship and practice is going to be broken down. Most High is going to actually shatter these kingdoms, and everything is going to be under that one power, which is going to be Yahweh and Yahawashi. Keep going.
Verse 25. For he must reign till he hath put all enemies under his feet.
See that? And there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be put under his feet, man. I mean, it's gonna be subjugated. Cause who's really worshiping Yahawashi? None of these individuals, man. They don't believe in a so-called black savior that's actually for the Israelites. That's why they gotta see it, and they gotta see these things manifest. And we gotta actually force our culture and our spirit on these different people, man. That's why it says also in Psalms where we're gonna bash them with a rod of iron. Cause man, these devils got millions of dollars, billions of dollars. They have a economy, they have resources, and they're not willing to give that up, but by force. So we're gonna have to actually take this kingdom by force. We have to actually break this kingdom down.
That's right.
Under the power of Yahawashi.
Come.
And until that, and when it's fully broken down, that's when it's gonna be peace. That's gonna be the mission. Keep on.
Verse 26. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death.
And the last enemy is gonna be destroyed is death. To the point where we don't have to drink of that cup.
And that's pursuant to Revelation, the 6th chapter. And Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. They say he enlarges his desire as hell, and he is as death. Then when you read in Revelation, the 6th chapter, it said power was given him to take peace from the earth, and he was as death and hell. It's talking about the so-called white man.
Yeah, and another thing we subjugating too is these evil spirits, man. Tells you that it's a quote in Dr. Strange. He said we don't ever kill our demons, we just learn to live above them. So even in the kingdom of heaven, when we're lords and overlords, so to speak, and rulers, we're going to actually be over even the spirits. The scriptures say that the saints shall just judge the angels. That's a lot of power that the Most High is going to give us.
Yeah.
But we got to fight. We got to actually break it down, like it tells you in 2 Corinthians right now. This is the time to push all these energies and these demons under this word, man, under this knowledge that we're coming with, and show that this power and this word reigns supreme.
All right, verse 27. For he hath put all things under his feet, but when he saith all things are put under him, it is manifest that he is accepted, which did put all things under him. So that's the glory that Yahawashi gonna receive when it's manifest that everybody had to accept Yahawashi.
And
It's coming.
Yahawashi is not gonna share his glory with nobody else, man.
Yep.
It ain't gonna be no joint kingdoms. Scriptures speak about how the Lord is a jealous power.
Yeah, because you know what? Right now, Yahawashi is not accepted. But when all you nations is put under the feet, when all you see him coming back in his glory and his power with his holy angels, and he's subduing the nations, you're not going to say that we was lying. You can't say we was lying. All right? You can't say that we idiots. You can't say that we not the Israelites no more. All right? That's when his power and his authority is going to be accepted. You're not going to be able to do anything against it. All right? It says, which did put all things under him. Verse 28. And when all things shall be subdued unto him, then shall the Son also himself be subject unto him that put all things under him. So Yahawashi is going to be subject to Yahweh. That put all things subject to Yahawashi. This thing is beautiful. And you other nations, you better get your mind frame ready for slavery.
All
right, I'm going to finish it up and we'll close it out.
As you were designed to be.
And you can say that again.
And it was already written in the scriptures. It speaks about how these different nations have to be ministers unto us, man. They have to work for our kingdom. Because the scripture said that this earth itself was created for our sakes. And on a deeper note, we're the ones that created it. We didn't create this world to be slaves in it. We created this world to rule in it.
The elect created the world, but now we servants in the world that we help create by the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai. That's out of order. The Most High ain't going to allow that to continue. We're going to be able to reap the benefits, the fruit of our labor. All right? I'm going to finish up the last part of it. Let me see. All right. It says, then shall the Son also himself be subject unto him that put all things under him, that the Most High may be all in all. And that's when you're going to see the power of Yahweh Bashim Shai, when everything is in its rightful order. You're going to see how things function, how things flow properly. All right, how things escalate, how things grow properly, because that's when the power of Yahawashi will be fully manifested. When all things, when wickedness is suppressed and righteousness is growing.
That seed of wickedness being broken down.
That's right.
And that's why it says even we're going to receive our stature back. The fruits, the fruit and vegetables is going to actually give us increase like it did back in the days of old.
And nobody's going to be able to say just because we have a 14, 15-year-old woman that you're a rapist, you're a pedophile. You know, that's statutory rape.
Yep.
Man, shut the fuck up, man. All right? But, you know, you got anything else, bro?
No.
You want to say anything out?
No.
Hey, well, you know, hopefully, man, you brothers will edify with that lesson. To the next time, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahawashi.
Double honors once again to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.